Hey, I'm Oliver Leon. I'm 20 years old. I think gender is really, really ambiguous and more complex than we give credit for. So I want to talk about that. Let's talk about gender.
Oliver wants to be fully acknowledged as a man. But although he looks like a male and identifies with the male gender, Oliver's passport lists him as female, the sex he was assigned at birth. He's reluctant to talk about his childhood, telling me that chapter of his life is closed now. He began his transition from female to male a year ago when he came to Concordia University. At Concordia, Oliver has found creative ways to document his journey and start his own dialogue about gender. His weekly column for student newspaper The Link is called That Transsexual Guy. It has been a driving force behind his activism on gender.
My goal for the column, I guess, is just to educate people and talk about gender and deconstruct gender and make people realize that gender is really, really fucking complicated um, and affects people in many different ways.
On the Link's website, Oliver has posted an informative and engaging video on the right way to relate to someone who is transsexual.
You're just confused. And if I am confused, that's okay. I'm allowed to be confused. But I personally do not feel confused. It is probably just you.
But Oliver's changes brought on some difficult times. Before starting his testosterone treatment, he fell into a deep depression. Survival, he told me, meant finding any reason, however small, to keep living.
Why am I staying alive? And then I thought about Paris and how, shit, I would be so mad at myself if I died and didn't go back to Paris and eat crepes.
Oliver believes unequal access to hormone replacement and surgery is a cause of the high rate of depression among transgender people. His friend and mentor, Gabrielle Bouchard, is with Concordia's Center for Gender Advocacy. She says all transgender individuals share a daily struggle against prejudice.
You constantly think about these strategies that you have to put in place. It's a daily struggle that can slowly become better, easier, less stressful, less marginalizing. But it takes time, and it takes its toll on people.
Oliver now faces another very important decision. Quebec law states that transsexuals must have their reproductive organs removed in order to officially change gender, and have that gender indicated on one's official documents. Oliver considers this policy a serious violation of his rights.
So I have to have a hysterectomy in order for my gender marker to be changed from female to male. And I think it's bullshit, and that if people want a hysterectomy or whatever they need to pursue their transition, that's fine, but they should have a choice. It shouldn't be required by law.
Julia Jones is a close friend and colleague of Oliver's at the Link newspaper. She agrees that the government shouldn't determine your gender on the basis of your reproductive organs.
The government shouldn't be telling you what gender you are. And it mostly, it's no one's business what's in your pants. I don't think that, putting like male or female on a passport makes it more legitimate than, having the gender that's not correspondent.
Oliver's frustrations and experiences have inspired him to reach out and educate others about what it's like to feel trapped in the wrong body. He believes that rethinking our traditional ideas about gender is essential for our society to become a more inclusive place.
You're standing on a hill overlooking your favorite city, and there was all fog, and you just can't make out anything. And then on testosterone, it's like the fog is lifted, and it's good. I'm glad.